Hello Flosstube friends, welcome back, or welcome if you're brand new to my channel. I'm Beth and this is my YouTube channel, Red Cross Stitcher. My channel is primarily about cross stitch with some quilting and sewing and other crafts that involve needle and thread you'll see on my channel. But welcome back. I feel like it's been forever since I got to see you all. I had intended to film before I left to go to the retreat and didn't have an opportunity to do so. But today is Wednesday, October the 11th, 2023, and today is my husband Alan's birthday. So I want to wish Alan, I want to wish you a happy birthday. I love you. I hoped today was phenomenal for you and you had a great day. And my prayer is that the Lord continues to bless you, prosper you at whatever you set your hand to, and that this year will be your best year yet. I love you, babe. Have a great birthday. Well, I've got a lot to show you, talk about, so just pull up a chair here in my studio. Let's sit, chat, and get caught up. So, I just got back again, like I said, from the Barefoot Needleart retreat. That was held in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, from Barefoot Needleart. They are located in Surfside, South Carolina. So we had a great time. About 75 stitchers were there, and it was phenomenal. We had such a good time. My table mates, two of them, I had met at the previous Barefoot Needleart retreat in February. So Rachel and Kim. And then I got to meet three new ladies at the table. Heidi, who also has a Flosstube here on YouTube, Potty Mouth Stitcher. And I got to meet Hildegard and Nikki. They were the best table mates. We had such a good time. Just hit it off with everybody, and we enjoyed each other's company and creativity and got to share and enable each other. Mainly Kim. Kim was a big enabler this weekend, but we had a great time. I also got to meet Lori from Mischievous Stitches. Oh my goodness. Lori is just as sweet and nice in person as she is on her videos. And I was so thankful our paths crossed and I got to meet her. She's just a doll. She really is. She is a precious lady. Brings a lot to our community. And I appreciate all that she has done, as well as all the other Flosstubers and people that provide content. I thank you for that because that is a lot. It takes a lot to do this. So I appreciate it. I also appreciate everybody who has shouted me out. Teresa Kogut has, Carol Saltbox Stitcher has, the Floss Boss and Cousins, Christy and Callie have shouted me out. I've also been shouted out by Renee, the Appalachian Stitcher. I've been shouted out by the Fox's Cottage, Shane Brook Cottage, and Sarah from Sarah's Stitchy Spot. I appreciate all of you all. Thank you so much for doing that for me. That's so kind that you are helping me. And I do appreciate that. My heart just makes my heart smile that everybody is so kind and gracious. And if I have missed somebody, it's not intentional. I apologize. I do try to write down or remember who has called me out, and so thankful. Again, I appreciate it. Ladies, thank you so much. So I will go through as I walk through my pieces that I'm either pulling or what I got during my purchases segment and talk with you a little bit more about the retreat. So Kim, Heidi, Hildegard, as well as Rachel all gave, and Nikki, all gave presents out. You know how everybody gives their little table mates something. And so we got some really cute stuff. I got a bag with some, and I didn't even know what they were at first, but it's the paper soap that you can use if you're traveling. Got some floss drops, all kinds of good stuff, cards, a notepad, needle minders. We just so blessed. I was so blessed by everything that I had received. So thankful. And I also got to meet some viewers. So I got to put some faces to names. So I was very appreciative of that as well. So it was a great time. Amy and Memory are the owners of Barefoot Needleart, and they walk around during the retreat, and they call it the Stitchy Fairy visits you. So we got some really cute needle minders, some hand lotion, which is very nice. I've already dipped into that. And throughout the time, they were doing bingo as well as selling raffle tickets for their charity. And so each retreat they have, to my understanding, they do a different charity that they donate to. They had a silent auction, and I didn't win anything. Didn't get any of it. Somebody outbid me. I left during the evening, so I didn't stay at the hotel. So I didn't have the opportunity to continue to stitch into the late evening. I think the room was open till 11 o'clock at night. But everybody that I knew had a good time. So again, very appreciative for it. The next retreat, registration opens up October 21st. I believe that's a Saturday at 10 a.m. So if you want to go to the retreat in February, my understanding it will be at the same hotel in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, there at the Hilton. I believe it's the first weekend of February, so I'm not sure the exact dates. It is on their website, though. You can check that out. But if you want to go, sign up. Again, registration on the 21st. I believe that's at 10 a.m. But the details are on their website. I also got into StitchCon. Yay! I'm so excited for weekend A. So if you are going to StitchCon, leave me a comment below and let me know. Even if you're going to weekend B, let me know. But if you happen to be there when I'm there and you see me, come up and meet me. I would love to meet you. Introduce yourself and let's get to know each other. So let's just dive right in. I'll go over a prior finish, then I'll work my way into my finishes that I did complete, what I've been working on, what I purchased, and then we'll go over some of the stuff I've either quilted or sewn. So the first thing I'll show is a prior finish, and I shared before on my channel, my husband served in the military in the Air National Guard, and my son currently is serving. So Sherry Colorado Cross Stitcher shared on her page, it's been a while back, but she had shared the Salute to Abigail from Blackbird Designs. I probably paused the video or watched it and then immediately ordered the book because I loved what she had done. And isn't that how it is when you see something in person or through a video it just is so much different than just seeing a picture of it, even though this picture is gorgeous. But here is the book, Sweet Land of Liberty by Blackbird Designs. And this is the one I stitched. It is American Eagle. Now I personalized this for my husband with his initials and the Air National Guard. So this is my finish. So I just put the initials of Air National Guard. He served here in North Carolina, and his initials. And then here by the flowers, he went in 1984 and retired in 2009. I stitched this on a 36 count. I'm not sure if this was Confederate gray, what this was that I stitched it on. And I did use the called for colors. I may have swapped out the red for the DMC, but it would have been the called for DMC. But I love this. I love it. I love displaying that. I think that is pretty. But I enjoyed the personalization piece of it. I also have, out of this book, I have, let's see, last year, I say that, February, at the February Barefoot Needleart Retreat, I stitched In Full Glory out of this. Which was that? And I have my ring light on, you all. It's very dreary today. But I stitched that for the small exchange in February. I did not participate in the small exchange this time. But I will be doing this one. A Salute to Abigail. I got this one kitted. My sweet friend, Stacy 911 Stitcher, went to the attic for the Bristol retreat. And she said, while I'm there, send me what you want and I will pick it up for you. And I got her to pick me up the silks and a piece of linen. And I got Seraphim Prairie Grass. And she and Jean picked out the colors for the conversion. So I'm excited about getting started on that because I've never stitched with silk yet. So I'm very excited. Oh, also, guys, I got my new mounting kit piece, whatever, for my phone to video. And it does have the ring light. I got that to, I am now able to tilt down, so I will be able to film a tutorial. So I'm excited about that. Well, let me show you this bag. So I am going to, my first tutorial will either be the project bag or the dyeing of the fabric. I posted on my Instagram. I played around with some Rit dye. So I will do one of the two first. I'm not sure which, but I'm excited about that. So you'll see that. Hopefully, if I can get it filmed early next week, I'll go ahead and post that. But I'll show you my bag. Oh, here is one of the items that the Stitchy Fairy brought to us. Isn't that pretty? At the retreat. But this is just a random block that I had left over. I think it was from maybe Moda Blockheads 2 that I had, and I just turned it into a project bag. So for those of you who are quilters, if you have random blocks left, that's a great way to just stick them and border them if you need to and put them in a project bag. Okay, I have two fully finishes that I did. I shared with you in the prior videos, I am doing Country Cottage Needleworks Cottages of the Month. So that is the one for October. I am using 28 count lamb's wool by Witchelt. All the called for colors of the DMC. I don't think there's any over dye. This frame I use, it stays out, so I just pop out the month and swap the months out like that, so I don't have to buy a frame every time. So that is my finish for October. Oh, and this does have glass on it. So it's just easy popping that off. I bought this frame from Hobby Lobby, and it wasn't a picture frame, even though it has the back and stuff. It was a home decor item. And so I bought it and we popped that out, and it popped out really easy. So I did that. The next fully finished is Stitching with the Housewives Wreath Swap 2, and I did this one here in the corner. I probably need to get started on the Christmas one because I didn't even finish. I'd started with the strawberries and I never went back to that one. This piece I did get at Hobby Lobby in the wood pile aisle. I didn't do anything with it. I didn't paint it. This is how it came. And I did not want to stitch the H, M, and E. So I bought the H, M, and E. And there's my piece. And I did put it on magnets. Let me set it. That's heavy. So I did put it on magnets. So I can just pop it back on there. And that way I can change out the back with each one. I've glued this one down. But when I do the Christmas one, I can have Christmas fabric. I didn't want it to be the same fabric with each one. But that's my piece. So I thought that turned out really cute. Okay, so what I did when I went to the retreat, I have one of those like IKEA cube boxes, and I put all my current projects in that and took that way, and I just brought the little box and set it there at my by my seat, depending on what I was in the mood to work on. So I would have them all there. I knew I wouldn't touch every one of them, but at least I had the opportunity to pull one if I wanted to. So the first one is a new start. And this is the bag Rachel gave me. And it had a lot of little goodies in it. Little floss flowers and the soap that I was talking about. So it had some really cute stuff. So this is Heart and Hand, Big Hearted Tiny Town. So I am using called for colors. Let me see. I have lost my little thing. This is a 36 count. I'm going to say mushroom. But this is using the called for colors. And that is how far I have gotten on that. And I think that I am going to finish this one in a drum, like the way that it shows. I don't think I'll do it like that. I may try using Vanna's or Helen D's tutorial. So I've done that. And again, I just want to say how thankful I am for everybody who has shouted me out. I know Sarah from Sarah Stitchy Spot has, the Fox's Cottage, Renee from the Appalachian Stitcher, Floss Boss and Cousins, Christy and Callie, Teresa Kogut has. I am just, my heart is just so full from all the graciousness and kindness that you all have shown me. And if I, again, I think I said this earlier, I don't ever intentionally want to not call somebody out who has shouted me out. So if I have, I apologize. I don't intend to, but thank you all so very much from the bottom of my heart. Every time I see a reminder, I just want to say thank you all. Thank you for being so kind to me. All right. The next piece I'm doing is a conversion that Lori Holt did. I think I shared that with you all. It is When Flowers Blossom by Brenda Gervais. And that is the chart. Again, I don't have the tray, so I'm not sure yet. I do have an idea. I have a frame that's got gold in it. I may end up framing it like that, but I am using the called for conversion that Lori Holt did. So I got the bee skept in, the bird, finished working on the flower here, had done the back stitching, and I've worked my way up to the house. I don't know if I had this part done, but I know I did the bird, the bee skep, and some more of the flowers. And that's where I am. This is so pretty, which I know all of them are, otherwise we wouldn't do it. But this one is just precious, and I love that verse in it. The flower doesn't dream of the bee. It blossoms and the bee comes. And that speaks volumes. I love that. I absolutely love that. All right. I don't know. I didn't work on that at the retreat. I worked on that when I actually got back from the retreat. So, I got back Sunday evening, and Monday evening I met with our local stitching group. Had the best time. Now, if you are local to North Carolina here in our area, or you're in driving distance and want to come spend some time, we meet every Thursday from 10 to 12 at the Locust Library here in North Carolina. We also meet the first and third Monday of the month at the Locust Starbucks from 6 to 8 p.m. So if you don't have a stitchy friend, come and join us. We have a great group. I'd love to be your stitchy friend. But come if you are in driving distance. When we met Monday night, that was just a one-off. I messaged everybody and was like, y'all want to meet? And I believe we had 10 ladies who met that night. So that was fun, a good time. Get back from a retreat, and I was on still a high from it, that I needed to still continue to stitch or meet with my friends who do. Okay, this one was my September sampler that I had chosen, Blackbird Designs, Oh Joyous Day. And I have gotten this top section done. Again, this was a conversion, color conversion from Lori Holt. I'm doing it one thread over two on Seraphim Winter White. And this is my progress. I have made some good progress. I love this. The colors are gorgeous. When Lori changed the colors, she changed some of the greens, and I think a few of the reds was the bigger changes. But I love it. That one's turning out well. So I'm hoping, let's see, that middle section is pretty dense stitching with that house. But I'm thinking maybe by November, end of November, I may have this one done, depending on how many days I get to work on it. All right, I did work on this while I was gone. Teresa Kogut, Land That I Love. And I had shared with you all, there's a few ladies in the stitch group, we're all stitching this. But I may change this band, not positive, and put in either initials or maybe the name and rank of people who have served in my family, but I think I wouldn't have enough to do everybody in that band with the rank, but I might be able to do initials. So what my goal is I'm going to drop down and start on that strawberry border there and wait to see. This band is 5 stitches high, and in this little section there, that motif where it says USA, that's 5 stitches high for those alphabet. So I know that I can convert that and make that into whatever that I decide to do. But I'm not sure, so until I do, I'm just going to come on down. We have a system that we're using to divide it up by month on what we're to do. If we follow this, we will be done by April. So for October, I would be where this tree is over to start. So I should be, you know, caught up by the end of October with that. When I show you, I did go in, I've done the skeleton border all the way around already, and I have got, there it is. So what I worked on, let me put it back. What I worked on this last at the retreat is I had this already done. I was just going in and filling in the flowers there. And then I put these two motifs up, or put those two motifs in. And then I started on the flowers, putting those in or filling those in. So that's what I've been doing. So I am ready to get it to come on down with it. And this is just, I mean, breathtaking. There were a few ladies there who were working on it as well. And it's amazing. It's just like with a quilt. When you see someone do it in a different fabric or changing up some of the colors, it looks so different. And so one of the ladies there was working on hers, and she was using like a gray fabric with it. I almost had a blue undertone. It was just beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful, and still looks so different from mine. All right, I did on the headless snowman. If you saw my Instagram post, I got the snowman almost filled in finally. I'm doing Peppermint Pals by Brenda Gervais. And I had the body done. No head. He was headless. Somebody had commented on it, said, well, it's appropriate for the season, just not for the snowman. So I'm getting him done. Oh, you know, y'all, I haven't been telling you. Land That I Love is done on Barb's Brew. 36 count Barb's Brew, called for colors. And I think I told you already on the Joyous Day. This is being done with called for colors. And let me see if I have a piece of paper. I want to say this is maybe 32 count Lagana. I am doing 1/2. I don't have my paper in here. But he has a head, at least a outline of a head. Oh, sorry. Just left him right on off. But he's so cute. And that little pail that he's holding right here. Look at that. So I'm close. I've got the border, the bird, and then that pail. So I would say he's 75% done. So hopefully I'll have him finished. I may end up finishing him. I was probably going to turn it into a pillow, but I might put him in on a project bag. I haven't decided. And the next is, I'm already started on November for the cottages of the month. I'm using again 28 count lamb's wool Witchelt Lugana. So I've got a good little start on it. So I'll get him finished. And then I have one left because I did start with January. So I only have the rest of this one for November and then December's to do. And then I had another new start. So what did I start new? The November, the October cottages of the month. I started the Wreath Swap 2, got that finished. Then started the Tiny Town, and then this is my other new start. And I didn't think that I was going to start it. I'd had it kitted from when the Stitchy group, several of us went to Irmo, South Carolina to the Stitchin Kitten. And I had, for whatever reason, when I got back, I didn't realize I was on a Primrose Cottage kick. But I had gotten the Leaves of Autumn by Primrose. Isn't that, it was just so pretty. And I, again, kitted it. I took it with me when we went on vacation to the Outer Banks and thought I'd start it, but I ended up not. So I really didn't have plans to start it. But I had brought this and the Big Hearted Tiny Town with me to the retreat and as a new start. And thought, well, I'll go ahead and start that. This is, let me tell you what it's on before. It is on a 36 count platinum. This called for color and cotton. I don't have color and cotton with the exception of just a few skeins. So I converted it to DNC and some overdyed. But that's my start. So I got a good little chunk out of it. It's not probably going to be finished by November because I'll start decorating for Christmas sometime in November. So I know this one probably won't make it, but it'll be ready for next year. So those were my sips, all my creativity and progress. So that's what I've worked on, started, and finished. So excited. I think I made pretty good progress. Now at the retreat, because there are no classes or any of that nature, more chatting went on than stitching from me. But some of these ladies were knocking it out of the park, as well as one of the guys there who came to stitch with us. He had a big, huge full coverage piece he was working on. So there was stitching, but a lot of chatting as well. So let me go into what I've done from my dyeing, playing with the RIT dye, and then I'll go into what I've purchased, and then we'll talk a little bit about what I've sewn or quilted. So I played around with some RIT dye, and I've done it before. I have no formula, just literally was dabbling, and it was fun. You all, if you've not done it and that's just something you want to try, I encourage you to do it. Now I used RIT dye. I know there are other things that you can use. My friend Kim was talking about using the avocado skins. So I don't know what else there is. I am not an expert. I'm not even a novice. I am a dabbler, let me say that. So I used a big roaster pan, aluminum foil roaster pan, to put the fabric in. After I wet my fabric, I kind of scrunched it up in the bottom of that pan. I used hot water. I even like to heat it in the microwave. About a cup of water. I put in just a little palmful of salt, probably a tablespoon, and stir that up until the salt dissolves. And then I play with the color. So if I don't want it really dark, I won't do an entire capful. I may do a half a capful or 3/4 of a capful. If I want it darker, I'll go the full capful, or you can dab in a little more. I also mixed some colors in the same cup. So I am not high class with it. I've got an old sheet. Make sure you have something that protects your countertops. And I've got a coffee mug that I use only for dye. So I keep it with all my container after I rinse it out. So I use a coffee mug. That's what I heat the water in, mix the dye in, and I even use a plastic spoon. I don't even use a metal spoon. So I had some Aida and some Lagana and some linen. And so I just played, like I said, I played around with the colors to get it what I want. Some of it, after I wet it, put it in the bottom of that roaster, I take the spoon, and that's how I spoon it out. I don't just pour it over top of it. I'll spoon it out, get it to sit in the places that are going to get more of a modeling than the others. And after that, I even took some more color of one of the other mixes that I had mixed up and dabbed on it as well. So it was just a playing. There's no formula to it. And each type of fabric works differently. And RIT dye is, you can buy for synthetic or for cotton. So if you're going to play around with it, just look at it and see. Because I have the ring light, I don't know if it's going to pick up as well. This is a piece that I did, and this is a Lagana. So I did the caramel and tan on it, and then I went in with a little bit of blue and dabbed on spots for the blue. So after I'm done, I rinse it till it runs clear. Then I put it on a cookie sheet, bake it in the oven at 200 for maybe 35-40 minutes. Then I hang over a quilt rack to let it dry. So, and it didn't take, I didn't even let it dry overnight. I probably let it dry, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours. But based on hanging it over on that quilt rack, they dried really quickly because they weren't huge pieces. This is a linen. I think this is a 30 or 32 count. Again, I went in with that caramel tan color, and instead of blue, I took charcoal that I had mixed up. That wasn't full strength of the charcoal, but I then poured or spooned the charcoal on it. So let's see, yeah. But that was a piece. And some of them I've already put into operation. Some pieces that I had kitted up. This is a Lagana, and this is a charcoal. I dyed it with pearl gray, and then went in with some charcoal and some evening blue. I like that. And then this one, let's see if you can see the difference. The one on the right, this one is linen, and this one is the Lagana. So you can see how they dye differently using the same kind of form of what I had already mixed up. So they look This one's taken on more of a gray. This one, to me, is taken on more of a blue undertone. But it's just different materials take it differently. This piece had started out already blue, and I just kind of grunged it up with some charcoal. It's a bigger piece. So it took on a really pretty, this is linen, and I think this is a 32. Oh. And I'm sure you can go back in and coffee or tea dye it, but I really like the color. I don't have anything in particular that I was dyeing it for. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I was just playing, literally just playing. And then this is an evening blue. And all of them were either white or ivory, with the exception of this last one I showed you. This is a Lagana. And so, but I think they turned out good. So if you ever want to do that, I encourage you to do it. Try it. But again, that's my method. I don't know if it's right or wrong. That's just what I've done. And I've only done it maybe 3 times. So again, just literally playing around. And you can fold up some paper towels and, you know, as you're working, put a little drop on the paper towel. See if you like the strength, if it needs to be darker or lighter, or you want to mix in a different color. But you can definitely play around with it. So here are the items that I purchased that Alan's just kindly donated to this operation. And then when this came out, I wanted it and didn't get it, and ended up calling or asking Memory and Amy to kit it up while I'm there. This is Brenda Gervais, the maker and mender. Let me see if this is this way. I have this kitted with the called for floss. And these are all over dyeds with exception of two DMC. And this is a 32 count, one of the hand dyed linens that I had done with some caramel tan with some gray. So I think that is going to be very pretty. So this ready to go when I'm ready to start it. Let me put all my stuff back. I did buy some of those tags, and I'm not sure who was showing them. Maybe Jane from Running with Scissors, Stitching with Jane and Julie. So I can put them, I was doing that on a few, put them on my floss ring. Okay. Everybody's talking about how nice this punch needle and primitive stitching magazine is. So I got this one. Is that not so cute? Look at that. I don't do punch needle yet. I'm gonna have to take a Teresa Kogut class. So I got this, and not only did I buy this magazine, I've went ahead and subscribed for next year. So I did get that. So excited. There is some beautiful, beautiful stuff in that. Again, I'm not a punch needler yet. So if you want to learn with me, let's learn together. Because I'd really, like, I don't need anything else, but I do. And this one I got. Broad Stripes and Bright Stars, Teresa Kogut. Aren't those pretty? Kim enabled me all weekend. She had purchased that, and she was showing it at the table. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta have that. So she had, okay, on the back, look at that skirt. The quilt, like, to me, that's what I see is a quilt block. I'm gonna have to do that. Now, it doesn't on the pattern show that, so I'm not sure which one that is. But I want to do it with the skirt like that. Okay, so I got that one. I bought 2 project bags from Memory and Amy. We have a camper, so I love that. And then these are the little envelope with the Velcro, but I wanted to support them, so I bought 2 bags. And I bought some fabric. I got a 18 count, 16 count sea glass. This is Ada. And then I'll show you I also got it in 36 count Lagana. So see the difference. I liked both of them, so I wanted both of those. And then I got, these were hand dyed by Amy and Memory. And then I got a 36 count, no, 32 count, yeah, Sandy Toes piece. And these were all fat quarters. Very pretty modeling. So I got that, and then I got another book. And so what I want to ask you all, comment below. I know there's a lot of SALs going on, and I want to join in with Shelly Fry from Antique Needleworkers. She's got a birthday sale starting, and I want to do that, so I do want to do that. But I'd like to start one. You all, it may just be me stitching, but I'd like to start one. I've even got to figure out how to do the hashtag and all that. But I have 2 options if you all are interested. And if there's already one going on that I don't know about, let me know, and I'll join in with them. But they're going to both be Teresa Kogut. So I had already ordered this prior to the retreat, and it was Dwelling Place. Love this. She just did the Flosstube that shows her new one, the autumn one. And you all, it's like, that's so pretty. So I have this right now. Here's the floss, all the called for floss. On 36 count is what I think I'm going to do, Confederate Gray. So you let me know if you all would love to join along. I'd love to do it. Like I said, either this one or this new autumn one. I'm not sure when it's been released. I don't know when I think I'm almost positive she said it was released. So I'm not sure when the shops will get it that we can do it. But it's the new autumn one with the barn. But let me know if that's something you would like to do. I'd love to do that. If you're interested in joining me, let me know. All right, let's move into just some of the other sewing fun that I've done. And I wanted to show this one. I had done this back in probably 2 years ago. This one is the Missouri Star Quilt Company. Jenny Doan did this thankful wall hanging. Y'all, look at that. I'm going to pull it off. Look at that turkey. Hold on. And then the little turkeys. I can't see what you're seeing, so I don't know. And the pumpkins. Yes, look at those little turkeys. Oh my gosh. This is raw edge applique. And the moon. And I do the sleeve on the back and the corners to hang it. But you all, oh my gosh, I love this. So she has a tutorial on this, but this is, you know, maybe in enough time you can get this done for Thanksgiving, or thankful you can already do it now and hang it up because of the pumpkins. And I thought that was darling. I also did a table runner, and this one is back just in some green chevron. I modified this Aren't You Glad from I don't know what one this came in. It was one of the Sew Sampler boxes. So I modified it. The stem stands up and just made the table runner out of it. What else do I have on Ada? I've just got a little t-shirt dress on her. Just a 3/4 length sleeve, just a simple t-shirt dress is all this one is. Turn her around. This is made from fabric, probably from Olga's Closet, and it is a French terry knit. This pattern was from Ellie and Mac, just the simple t-shirt dress. So go give them a check out and look at what they offer. They also do several free patterns for their customers, and I enjoy that. So they have free ones, and then they have used to be called Wacky Wednesday. I can't remember what it's called now, but they have discounted patterns on Wednesdays that you can purchase. So go give them a look and buy something from them, and make something from them. But I appreciate y'all spending some time with me today. Again, thank you to those who have shouted me out. Thank you for watching me, spending time with me. Again, I know time is precious, and I appreciate that you've spent it with me. I look forward to the next time, which is probably 2 weeks that we'll get together. I am going to try to do a tutorial. I'm not going to promise because I've got to see how my schedule is going to be, but I am intending to do a tutorial within the next 2 weeks and get that up and out as well. But thank you. I hope y'all have a great day, and enjoy and just be blessed. I appreciate you all so much. Have a great day. Bye everybody. Till next time.